testing. Hi, Kay. Look who is here. Hello, Spoiled Fairy. Hello, Blue Butterfly. Hello, Yashi. Hello, the other Jess. Hi, Kay. Kay, thank you for being here. How is everybody? Happy Saturday or happy Sunday to everyone. As you know, I'm going to give it maybe 3-4 minutes before we get started. Oh, thank you, Jess. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to give it a few minutes before we get going. I'm going to go talk about quite a few things before I do the collective reading and before I go into the reading. So patience is going to be needed. Thank you. I love this jacket too. I actually have quite a few colors in these. I mean, these are the best jackets. I love these things. It's funny because I wore a lot of this stuff when I was in my corporate days, my 9 to 5 days. But, you know, I said, you know what, let me dress it up a bit. So I thought I'd wear the jacket today. So thank you. Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Hi, Charlene. Welcome. Yashi, I'm going to need your help because all the free spots are already taken. So if you would like to be put on the paid list, you're more than welcome to make a donation. You get moved to the top of the list if you do make a donation. So those who are already on the free list, if you do send a payment, you get moved up at the top. So, but the free reading list is already closed, so you know. Okay. You have it in black, beautiful Sagittarius. Yeah, I have it in black too, and in white, and in pink, and in like hunter green. Yeah, it's a great jacket, and brown, I think. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I have another brown anywhere somewhere else. Hi, Anushree. Welcome, welcome. Everyone is like putting upstairs. God, I can't even talk today. There's a lot of people coming in. Yay. Yashi, if you can help me put the links down there so that anyone who would like a reading, they can make a donation to any one of those links there. So Yashi, I'd appreciate it if you could do that for me, please. This is nice. What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna give it a minute or two to see who else comes in. So, as I said, I am going to go through quite a few things. The last couple of things are more important than the first two things. So the first two things are just about administrative stuff for my channel, my site, stuff like that. So, yeah, so I am just waiting a little bit to get going. So, but let me know while we're waiting. How's everybody's weekend going so far? Who watched the Super Bowl? It was a good game. I was sad that the Bengals lost, but hey, it was nice to watch with two completely different teams up there. So I was happy about it. My son and I had a fantastic time. But it was pretty crazy. I thought the Bengals had it, but I guess it wasn't in the cards for them. But it was good to watch nonetheless. So, Jess, you were rooting for the Bengals too, right? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, so close, so close. So close. But other than that, what is everybody up to these days? We're almost done with February, guys, and I'm going to talk about something that some of you guys got to get prepared for. I'm going to say it probably just once, maybe not. But it's going to be up to you guys to kind of follow what I'm going to be saying in a few minutes. So a lot of yelling where you were, Jess. Yeah, my son and I kind of were doing the same thing. So this thing is not working. Anyway, but yeah. All right. So it's 9:05. Hold on one second. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Okay. All right. So um the people on the free list are Spoiled Fairy, Blue Butterfly, Yashi, and Jess. So anyone here who would like a reading, it's $11.11 for one question. And I'm doing a special to have two questions. You can send a donation of $18.88 for two questions. You can ask one question and then I'll pull a bonus like love card. It'll be like a mini love reading for you. Instead of doubling it, it's only going to be $18.88. Anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and get going because I'm pretty sure people are going to come in later and anyone who misses this can watch the playback. So first things first, some of my Capella crew, my family know about this already. I was kind of hoping to get the memberships out before the live tonight, but I was working on my taxes. I ended up getting a call from someone who helped me with something after my divorce, and I hadn't spoken to her in 4 years, and so she's offering to do my business taxes, and of course that comes first. So I was working on that stuff, and today my mom called, we had a long conversation, and I was doing all these other things, and next thing you know, I was getting ready for this thing. So my memberships tie into what I'm going to talk about later, but I'm not going to get too much into it. There's going to be different tiers for this, and of course there are monthly things. I have a lot of really awesome ideas for the different membership tiers that you're not going to find on YouTube, and you probably won't find in other places, other tarot websites. So I'm doing quite a few innovative things, and I'm trying to switch it up a bit. So I'm hoping to kind of get those done before Monday. Monday is a day off. So I'm hoping to get that out. So if I'll probably mention it in the next live session, but I'm going to talk about why that might be a really good thing for some of you to be part of because of what's coming down the pike. So the next thing I want to mention is, I don't think most of you know, but I have this new service that is really empowering, and I've done it for a few clients. It's a handwritten love letter from your higher self. Because I do automatic writing. I don't know if any of you have seen my Divine Masculine channeled letters. I don't use any tarot. I may use Oracle at the end of the letter, but this is a really, really important love letter from your higher self talking to you. And it really reveals a lot of things. And I know some people who have done it. There was one time in one of the readings that I did, it got me choked up because of the sincerity in the letter. So I'm offering 10% off of those readings. And I would highly recommend, of course, if you feel drawn, but I would highly recommend, if you can, to get one of those and take advantage of the discount. I left the link to that letter in the description box along with the coupon code. The coupon code is LOVEYOU10. Again, everything's in the description box, but there's stuff that your higher self wants you to know, and it really, really brings some things to light. And again, I don't use cards for this. It's all channeling when I tap into your higher self. So I decided that as opposed to just having other readings and stuff, that this especially, it's still the month of February and it's still about love, but it really should be about self-love. So I thought I would offer a discount for 10% off of my letter from your higher self readings. And again, all that information is in the description box below. So the next big thing, yeah, so see, Jess got hers done. She's the one that I cried in a little bit. She'll tell you I got choked up myself because my higher self had told me the same thing right at the beginning of her letter. So Yashi, could you please put the links down for the Cash App and stuff? They're in the description box. Yeah, so talk to Jess about it. And I know Kay had one done too. So my next thing is going to be a big thing. I don't know if a lot of you know, but on March 17th, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are going to, well, this is what's going on. This is what I'm hearing. They're going to be banning all things tarot, spirituality, and astrology. So either people's accounts will get completely shut down, banned, or it's going to be very, very hard for you to see their content, or you're going to have to search for it or something like that. So I know if anybody, so the problem with that is anyone who knew, who's trying to get that type of guidance with whatever it is, they're not going to be able to find them. And there is a chance that some people are going to have their channels, their accounts blocked. So YouTube might be next, okay? And I've already seen a huge hit on my channel. If anybody who like watches like where my subscriber count is or anything like that, the views or something, they've significantly changed. And with the analytics, it's because they're not pushing my stuff out there, because obviously the content that I do. So I've already prepared to move off of here to go fully onto my website. I have all the capabilities pretty much that YouTube has, with the exception of not having all the ads. You won't be scrolling through a whole bunch of stuff and you're not going to have ads. Hi, Amy. We're not going to have ads in there. But I'm giving you guys a heads up for those of you who watch me, especially if you watch my lives. I have the ability to go live there. So I'm giving everyone a huge heads up that if you don't hear from me and all of a sudden my channel's gone, go to capellawellness.com and I'm going to do all my stuff there. Okay. Everything's pretty much already set up, but I'm not going to be moving everything over there until either something happens to my channel or, like, worst case scenario, I get completely cut off. Okay. Even so, if something happens where it's just not working, I may just go ahead and make the move to do all of my stuff on my channel, and do other things on my channel too that I can't do on YouTube because of all the censoring and things like that, right? I have my own platform to do all that stuff. So actually it would be a lot better for me to do some of my work on my own platform and I'm not restricted by anything. Okay. So I want to give you guys a heads up on that. And I know that a lot of other readers and other people who do spirituality or whatever, they don't necessarily have a platform. So I'm not sure if they're already thinking of backup plans or things like that. There's a possibility that unfortunately we could lose all of that talent. We could lose all of that information. So if you start finding anybody else that you follow or anything like that, if they just disappear, that's why. And I do have an Instagram account, but my guides told me to stop utilizing it. So happy birthday, Amy. So that's why I haven't put content on there, and now I know why. So it's a good thing I listened to my internal guidance, because all the work I would have put on there would have been, it's like, oh my gosh, now I have to do something different. But so if you guys want to be in the know, for those of you who aren't already signed up on my website and you want to know what's going on, and if you see that I'm no longer doing lives here, if it just completely gets shut off, you know where to go to. If you want to get a heads up, if I'm able to, give a notice that I'm not going to be going live on this platform, if you want to get notifications and information about that, I would recommend that you sign up to my website. It's completely free. I don't bombard you with stuff. You even get free access to my mobile app, which is where I'm going to put all of my other stuff on there and where all the memberships are going to be tied to. So don't be surprised if all of a sudden I'm not here, okay? So if you would still like to, if you enjoy the work that I do, if this guidance helps you out, this also includes all the zodiac signs that I do and all the other readings. If you enjoy those, and if you don't see me here, or if you hear something from me, I'm going to do everything off of my own space. So, and I'm not sure, there aren't that many who have something set up for them to do this type of work, I should say. So that's why I'm mentioning it now. I don't know why I can't talk today, but I wanted to say that first and foremost. The links are disappearing. Can you actually type it in, Yashi, instead of copying, pasting? Maybe just literally type it in instead. If anything, the information for donations is in the description box. So if you want to look at the description box, it's there. But Yashi, you might have to literally type it out. Oh, hi, Aaron. Welcome. So yeah, that's one big thing, just so you guys know. And it's kind of a shame that this is happening, but I can kind of see it with the astrology that is starting right now. A lot of stuff's going to be happening the rest of the year, which is why I'm going to segue into that. So, and I want to, this is the most important part of my announcements. Okay. And I had to take notes because I had to talk a lot about stuff. I can't talk, whatever. There were a lot of things I wanted to talk about. We're in Pisces season now, right? We all know that that's the last sign of the zodiac. We're approaching the spring equinox. The sun, Jupiter, and Neptune are all in Pisces right now. The last time they were all in Pisces happened in 1856. From now until about 29 days from now, whatever that day is, this is a very magical time for you to really tap into your and gosh, what's going on? Tap into your intuition and your imagination to really utilize the magic within you, because what comes after that, if you're not on your spiritual path and you are not really comfortable with your intuition and you are coming from a space where nothing in the outside world is affecting you, you're going to be golden. Because after those 29 days, whatever, I forgot to look up the date from now and today, so start counting down. We're not going to have this again. Okay? We're not going to have Sun, Jupiter, and Neptune, and then Jupiter and Neptune are conjuncting in April, I believe. That's going to be a huge transit where, and you guys are already seeing probably what's coming out in the news. All of these secrets are coming out. And now people are starting to kind of like determine what the heck is truth and what is not. That is going to be up to you to discern. So I would really highly recommend between now and like 29, 28 days from now, you really, really need to start focusing on your spiritual growth here to really get into alignment with your higher self. And again, it's your doing. It's up to you really. Because, and I'm not bringing anything, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but this is based off of the astrology. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening. And some of you took my class about what's happening in 2022, but I'm not going to repeat that here because that was in the class. But I will say there are going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of disruptions. There's going to be a lot of things going on, especially in the US. And the people who are not prepared, they're going to have a hard time. And again, I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm not trying to instill fear, because if we give in to fear, we're having a battle with the devil here, as opposed to having more faith and giving power to God instead. But this magical time with the Sun, Jupiter, Neptune in Pisces right now, utilize that to your advantage. Okay? Really start aligning yourself with your spiritual path. This is the time to do it. Whatever that is, whatever that means for you. You have the next 29 days are going to be very, very important. Especially for those who aren't fully there yet. It's really time to kind of hit the grind. If you've got spiritual work to do, you got shadow work to do, start doing it. Start doing it, because you're going to be better equipped for what's coming down the pike. Okay? And for those who aren't spiritually strong, this is why the hermit mode is so important. When you go into hermit mode, you build up your strength and your resilience in that mode, and you become like some superpower. And those who are able to have that enormous spiritual strength and resilience, they're gonna make it out okay. Because, and the big thing is, they're in alignment with their higher selves. They're gonna be, it's pretty much nothing is going to affect them at all, as long as they have that connection with God and they have that spiritual strength. It's like achieving that spiritual mastery. And I'm not saying this is kind of like a rush into your, with regards to your ascension process or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that if you haven't been doing the spiritual work, now is the time to do it. I'm not joking, because after this phase, it's gonna get challenging for the majority of people. And again, this is not to, I don't do Debbie Downer stuff. If you watch me on my other, with all the other videos that I do, I don't BS. Like, you can't have dark without light. I say that a lot. So that's pretty much the most important thing. And if all of these social media platforms are going to, if they're going to shut off the tarot channels, the spirituality channels, and the astrology channels, where's everybody going to get their support from? And if that's why I'm encouraging you guys to kind of start doing that now. And that's why I'm mentioning, if you find that there's like, you still need that guidance afterwards, why I'm encouraging you to kind of try to keep in contact with me, or, you know, make sure that you know where somebody else is going or where you can get your information. Because apparently with all this social media stuff, all these banning of things, which is ridiculous, it's like the dark forces are really, really, really trying to infiltrate a lot of things here. So I wanted to make that known to you guys. But you know, of course, you have any questions about that, you can, you know, talk to me offline or send me an email or something like that. But it's going to be very, very important for you guys to really, really start aligning yourself with your spiritual path. Because the ones who are not, it's going to be a challenge. And you're going to have to go speak more with God, per se, to see what is truth and what is not. Don't fully go outside yourself, or, you know, start looking to all of these other places of information. It's really going to have to be up to you, and siding with people or connecting with those who are in alignment with their spiritual path, type of thing, who know what the truth is, who are warriors of light, warriors of truth, type of thing. And it's going to be very important for you guys to make sure that you don't fall into this abyss and you don't get caught up in this world of illusions that is going to kind of wreak havoc for some people. And I wouldn't want anybody to get caught up in that whirlwind of stuff, because it will take a lot more to get out of. Okay, so I wanted to make that announcement with that stuff there. But again, this is not to instill fear in anyone, but it's more of like a preparation for this, because there's going to be a lot of changes. Okay, and it's all because of the astrology, as you know, as above, so below, right? We have to be best prepared for this. And it's kind of like people are going to be weeded out. So, but that's all I'll say about that. Let me check the chat real quick. Amy, I don't know what you meant. To make it what? For your hair stuff? Yashi, you having trouble there? Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm looking for stuff. Oh, wellness. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can type it. I can't type. Give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to see if I can help Yashi out here. Ugh, whatever. Where's the dollar sign? Okay, now I can't find the dollar sign. There it is. Let's see if that works. Well, there's that. So Yashi, see if you can try to copy that. I don't know why it's not working for you. I'm trying to do this. Does anybody have any questions about what I said? Anybody? Anyone? All right, after I type this, I'm going to start doing the collective reading. There. All right. Okay, I'm going to do the reading for the collective now. Can you guys see what I put? Alrighty. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadians, Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What guidance do we have for the collective at this time? Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadians, Syrians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Okay. We have justice. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm getting a couple of things with this. All right. So you take it how it resonates. This is, you know what your story is. Okay. So the first thing that I'm getting is this is about learning your karmic lessons regarding to poor habits that you have. It could be about overspending. It could be about being too frugal. It could be about how you need to be letting go of something that doesn't serve you. Or maybe you're holding on to the truth and you need to speak your truth about something. Okay. Maybe there might be something with hoarding here or being secretive. It's like for some of you, you have to let this truth out. There's some sort of lesson you need to learn about letting go of things. Either you have to let go of the past or you have to let go of someone, period. Okay? If you can't let go of somebody, you got to face the truth here with that. Because letting go of this person has to do with a karmic lesson where either you're supposed to learn more about your superpowers, your spiritual gifts, learning how to be happy on your own. Could be dealing with, victimization, or you feel betrayed. Maybe you're holding on to resentment or anger or something like that. You may be holding on to that because you're trying to seek justice. Maybe you're thinking, I need to feel vindicated. I need to feel somebody has to be fair and just and righteous here. Because maybe, and I say this because we have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Some of you feel betrayed. You've hit rock bottom, or this is such a painful situation for you with whatever this is. And you just feel like, how can it get any worse? How can I keep going here? If you're feeling victimized and you're trying to seek justice because of that, you do not handle the Justice Department. That's God's doing. In the Bible, it talks about we shouldn't be seeking vengeance. It doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't. We want to get justice on something. What's going to happen is that it's not going to satisfy you still. If you can't let go of that, you're going to continue to have these lower vibrational energies. You know, they're going to take over. And what's going to happen? Your vibration's going to lower. And what happens after that? You can get sick. You're in your mind space and you can't get out of this Ten of Swords. You're so dead in the water, you can't do anything. Right? And then what does that do? That doesn't do anything for your higher good, does it? This is a very low vibrational card if you're looking at it from the shadow sense. The high vibrational aspect to this is, you know what? It's been done. It's dead and gone. It's over. This needs to end. Get back up and keep moving. All right? Because feeling like a victim and being like, I've been so betrayed, I'm so angry about this, and that's probably what you can't let go of. I'm so bitter. That is distorted feminine. It's distorted masculine. You're not going to be in alignment with your higher self if you hold on to this. All right? Amy, yeah, the free reading list is closed. Oh, for the hair, to make it faster, grow faster? I don't know, because my hair doesn't grow past the length. Because I have naturally curly hair, it won't go past the length. So, sorry, Amy, I can't help you there. Maybe Yashi knows. Yashi's hair is very long. If you can't let go of this betrayal, it might be a divorce for some of you. Some of you are still bittered by a divorce. There's something here. Maybe divorce caused you to, you lost money, okay? You're practically broke. The Four of Pentacles is right before the Five of Pentacles. Again, this is only for some of you, not for all of you. Maybe a divorce caused you to, to lose money. And now you're like, you're holding on to this thing because you're so angered that this had to happen. As hard as this is for whoever who needs to hear this, everything happens for a reason. If we can't let go of this energy, you can't move on from that, you are totally missing out on what God has for you. If you want things to change, if you want your financial situation to change, if you want to, have more abundance in your life, being in this energy and feeling dark energy in your heart space, it's not in alignment with that. And again, for whoever who's trying to seek justice here, that's God's department. He handles the Justice Department. Let him sort it out. Give it to God. Like, release these Ten of Swords. For whoever this needs to hear this, you have to release these Ten of Swords, because this whole victimization, betrayal thing, like dead in the water, it's not going to help you. And you know what? You trying to seek justice on your own, it's not going to help you either. It's not. I know I was able to avoid that, especially when I was dealing with my divorce. Do you know how many people thought I was crazy? That I didn't seek vengeance and justice, like, with my husband during the divorce? It ended up turning out better than I expected. It was fair for me, and it was fair for my ex-husband. I knew that if I was trying to seek this on my own, it was going to backfire. And God said, don't do it. And it's a good thing, because where I'm at now and where my ex-husband and I are at now, it is in a much more pleasant place. Be careful with trying to seek justice on your own. It's not going to be what you think it is. Okay? It will turn out in your favor. God knows what's going on. Okay? He sees everything. He knows what was done to you. He knows what happened between you and that person, whatever this is. Let him handle it. Whoever this is, you are allowing yourself to turn more to the devil energies, the dark energies. You can feel this type of stuff. It's painful, yes, but you know what? You're the one who can come out of it. You're the only one who can come out of this. Nobody else is going to do that for you. Neither is this. It's not going to do that for you. You have to be the one to get out of Ten of Swords. There's always a new dawn. There's always a new day, right? It's always darkest before the dawn. So you have to think more positively about whatever this is. You got to let it go. You got to stop holding on to this. It's not going to help you with whatever this is. You're going to feel so much more at peace. And watch the miracles that God does when you just let it go. You surrender it to God and just say, you know what? I'm washing my hands of this. I've got to walk away. I got to take the high road. Be the higher person. Come from a divine feminine energy, from a divine masculine energy, not distorted. And I'm knocking over Archangel Michael because he's getting all bent out of shape too. Come from a place of divine. That's who you are. Anyone who tries to seek justice and vengeance and gets all angered and bitter, I'm a victim, everything bad happens to me, that's the devil wanting you to stay down there dead in the water. We don't want that. You want beautiful things and abundance and all this, whatever it is that you're seeking to come into your life, you staying in this is not going to help. And if it has nothing to do with something legal or a divorce or feeling like betrayed, if you feel like you're a failure, I know this was in Gemini's reading, you're not a failure. Let go of those thoughts of you thinking that you failed at something. Okay? This is a karmic lesson that you have to learn. Look, we all have been in Ten of Swords energies. Okay? So have I. But there's a huge lesson to learn, and there's something that needs to end so that a new beginning can begin for you. Okay? You cannot place any blame or guilt on someone else for your happiness or your pain. You have the ability to walk away. You have the ability to raise your vibration. It has nothing to do with that person. It has nothing to do with that job, that friendship, that relationship, that whatever this is. It has nothing to do with that. Swords are about lessons, life's experiences. Take what lesson you're supposed to be learning. Again, learning karmic lessons. See the truth in that and move on. You're going to have an epiphany eventually when you realize, oh, I get this now. I had to go through this to better understand something about myself, to see the truth in the situation, and to learn to let go so I can free myself of those burdens, of this pain and suffering here. You have to release it. No one can do that but you. If you need help with that, go to God. Give your burdens, give your pain and your suffering to God. He will take care of it, and He will make sure that justice is done. But you have to let it go. Okay? Whatever this is, you have to let it go. All right? And if this has to do with maybe something with your finances, right? It's like, I can't, I'm down and out. I'm so tired of having to live on a tight budget or something like that. Okay? There's some lesson you need to learn from that. All right? There's some lesson you need to learn from that. The other group of you here, it's the end of a painful situation. The worst is over. I can see clearly now the rain is gone, right? You've learned a lot from your life's experiences, your lessons. You've learned a lot from, you know, realizing I wasn't a victim in the first place. You learned something from your divorce. Okay? I know I did. I know I did. You know? And it's funny because my ex-husband, he texted me today. He was at this Cuban restaurant. We were talking, and you know, I'm so blessed to still have a positive relationship with my ex-husband. You know, we can have that. Yeah, stuff might have been tough, but I know why it didn't work out between the two of us. And I know for me, that whole marriage was a massive lesson for me. Massive lesson. Okay. So for those of you who overcame the victimhood stuff, it's all over. You've learned from your life's experiences. You no longer have to be like, oh my gosh, can get any worse? Again, it could have to do with money here. All right? Having like living tight, it's like you have to really budget everything out. What money am I gonna use to pay what bill? What am I going to cut down on? What I don't have enough for this, that type of thing, right? Justice is going to be served for you, meaning there's going to be some sort of karmic payout. Because maybe you were just holding on a little longer and not giving up. Say, God, I know this is tough. I know this is tough, but I have to push through because there's always a dawn, new dawn after every day, right? There's a new dawn to every day. The sun's always out, guys. It's nighttime where I'm at right now, but the sun's still there, right? The sun never stops shining. Neither should we. So when it comes to this, we release this stuff, right? Reverse, release it. And I keep knocking over Archangel Michael over here. Release it. So some of you, you've learned those lessons and you were just like, I've got to hold on a little longer. God, give me the strength to keep pushing through. Okay? Some of you had this thing with scarcity mindset. And you were like, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Because at the end of the day, we're always abundant. There's something, for some of you who were, you know, understanding what was truly of value to you, you're going to get your karmic payout. Okay? Justice will be served. There's also some truth coming in for somebody here. All right? I'm also getting another thing. There's somebody here who has to stop holding on to the truth or holding on to their feelings or both. Somebody needs to do the right thing and communicate the truth. You can't hold on to this any longer. The worst is over. You've learned your lessons about whatever the situation is. It was a karmic lesson. You went through a lot of stuff. You probably dealt with a divorce and or betrayal, and it kept you down for too long. And you were holding this inside. There's somebody here who's holding in the truth or how you feel about somebody for too long. And now with justice coming in, it's time for you to do the righteous and just thing and speak your truth. I'm hearing make amends with somebody. You know this is the right thing to do. And justice, this is the Libra card. Libra is about relationships, right? So this could be somebody here needs to let go of holding on to something that they need to say. You need to bring balance to a situation. You know you need to say the truth about something. You can't hide it any longer. This is a major arcana. God's like, we've been telling you, whoever this is, it's time for you to do right by somebody. You can't hold it in for too long. Okay? You can't hold it in for too long. Some of you have understood what is really of value to you, because before you didn't. This is also another lesson for some of you. You have to start understanding what is really of value to you. Your sanity, your health, or is it seeking vengeance? Which one's the better option? I don't think I have to tell anybody that, right? What would Jesus do? What would your higher self do? Have a conversation with your higher self if you can, and see what it is that's more important to you, and what is it that you have to let go of, and what you know you need to start valuing more of. And for some of you, you have to start valuing yourself. Your worth is more important than anything. Your health, your well-being is more important than anything. You always doing the right thing. What your higher self would do. Like they say, what would Jesus do? All right. There is your lecture for the evening. All right. We're now going to move on to the free readings. Okay. Blue butterfly. Let me go through the chat, because there's blue butterfly. Jess always giving out wisdom. I do my best. Oh, nice, Yashi. It's a nice meditation. Onion juice, really? Okay. Thank you, Jess. All right. Let's do blues readings. And then after blue butterfly is Yashi, and then Jess. And then maybe we will be done. This might be like the shortest live ever, because there's nobody else here on the list. All right, let's see. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What does Blue Butterfly need to know about her pregnancy that she doesn't know? Spirit guides, angels. Oh, that was fast. Okay. I can imagine, Yashi, the fragrance, yeah, for onions. But I can imagine, right? I mean, if it's doing something. All right. So we have the Five of Wands. There's like some misunderstanding about something here. I'm not sure. This is weird, because I'm not going to lie. There's like some block here. The first thing I got was there's some misunderstanding about something. And the bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. Oh, there's a baby here. So I know you're having triplets, but there's some misunderstanding about the past, or I don't know. Something weird is going on here. I have no idea what's going on. There's some block here. Something is preventing me from telling you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie here, but there's some misunderstanding about something that happened in the past. So does this have to do with some sort of argument, fighting or something? There needs to be some sort of reconciliation. I have a feeling that they're not answering your question. I think there's something else that needs to be addressed here. So, okay. So that might explain that. But I don't know if there's like some sort of conflict, or, well, yeah, if it could be something about the miscarriage there. I don't know if you might be worrying about something, but I don't know. I think something else is coming out here, because Six of Cups is a reconciliation card. Something about reconciling the past, that there was an argument or misunderstanding about something, or an argument or a fight over something. I think, again, they're telling me they're not answering your question. There's something else you need to address here. So, there's some challenging thing with regards to your past, or with someone from your past, that you need to reconcile. That's what I'm getting. So you know what else they're telling me? Because I wrote down your question and I'm looking at it. They're telling me that there isn't anything that you need to know right now, that there's something else you need to be addressing. There's something more important that you need to be addressing right now. Yeah, they're telling me again, the question that you're asking isn't a question you shouldn't be asking. And again, I just relay what I'm being told, right? I mean, I know I've done readings for you before, but there's like something that, there's some sort of challenge here, or conflict that you need to reconcile here. Something from your past. It might be in your subconscious. I don't know. But they're saying again that this is not based off of it. This is not answering the question that you asked, because there's something else you need to be paying attention to. So, and of course, only you would know what that would be. But I also am getting that with regards to my guides are something else, okay? But I'm going to say what they're telling me. What my guides are telling me is that you no longer have to, okay, so see, that's probably what it is. I felt it was with your boyfriend. Hi, Kayla. Welcome. So what Spirit is telling me, and again, this is I can't tell you what to ask in these readings, but what Spirit is saying for you, Blue Butterfly, you no longer have to ask questions about your pregnancy. You are a very intuitive person. You already know, okay? You've already been doing everything that you are supposed to be doing. So this might be a little bit hard to hear. And again, this is like no judgment on you, but they're telling me is that there are other things you should be addressing with regards to your boyfriend at this hour, at this time. That everything with your boys are okay. You've been talking to them, you've been getting messages from them with regards to what you don't know. Spirit's telling me you don't need to know everything. Okay? The important thing here is you need to reconcile whatever this argument is, this fight is, this misunderstanding. Okay? This is way more important than anything about your pregnancy at this time. And again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be asking those questions, but you know that I say what my guides say, because there's no point in you getting the proper guidance if I'm trying to sugarcoat this, because I'm doing myself a disservice and I'm doing you a disservice, right? So, yeah, you need to be addressing this, okay? Whatever this is, and you know what this is. There needs to be a compromise here. There could be something about maybe a lot of people are vying for your attention, or your person is vying for your attention. I don't know. But there's a compromise that needs to be had here. As I said, something needs to be reconciled here. You both need to come to an agreement with whatever this is. Okay? That's what you're getting. And I think for everyone here, if you've seen lives before, you very well know that when people ask certain questions, Spirit gives them more important answers. This is how tarot works. Because God, Spirit, your angels, your ancestors, they're not going to give you what you want to hear, and they're not going to give you what you probably already know the answer to intuitively, and they're not going to beat around the bush either. So, there you go. So go have a talk about it. Just talk about it with the attention, right? So remember, with the attention thing, try to find a balance. Okay? Try to find a balance with that. Sixes are about balance. What you should really do more of is give yourself tender, loving care. Like double it is what I'm hearing. Okay? Because what I'm getting from your person, you know that I talked about your last reading had a Knight of Pentacles in it, did it not? Yes, Kayla. I'll give you a free reading. Okay. I'll put you on the list, Kayla. Go ahead and answer your question. Ask your question. I just realized that Spoiled Fairy wasn't able to stay, but I should probably put this in my notes. And it's not that I don't want to do it. If you can't stay for your reading, you get knocked off the list. I don't think it's fair. So I'm adding Kayla to it. So Spoiled Fairy, if you come back to this live, I only do readings for people who are still here. I understand that if you watch this is for Spoiled Fairy. I understand you had to go to work, but I have to have the person here to do the reading. I will not do the reading while people are here, and I won't do it afterwards, okay? So I've added Kayla. So, Kayla, please put in your question, okay? But anyone else after that, it's paid. So, for Blue, back to your thing, last thing for you. With the Knight of Pentacles, he is working really hard. Your boyfriend's working really hard because he knows that there's going to be a lot for him to do to support. Because remember, the masculine is supposed to be the ultimate provider and protector of the feminine, the family, and the home. Now, I'm not fully siding with your boyfriend, but your boyfriend's also going to have to find a balance. But I think what he's focusing on right now, the fact that you are having 3 boys now, he wants to make sure that you guys are stable and you guys have what you need. The Knight of Pentacles is funny because we're not getting the Knight of Pentacles. Is he here somewhere? We have a King of Wands at the top of the deck. See? He's taking the lead. Let him take the lead. Let him do what he needs to do. You talk about it. Try to find some downtime to spend together, okay? But let him take the lead, all right? Look at the bigger picture. He's trying to support you guys, and he doesn't want to fail at that. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to let you down. Because look, six of Cups is about kids, right? He's thinking about the kids here. So talk about this. And you know what's after the 6? It's the 8 of Wands. You have to communicate clearly. You can't put this off. Okay? Talk from a loving place. You voice your concerns, but you don't argue and you don't fight. And then if he starts coming back, it's like, look, can we not do this? You guys have to talk from like your higher beings here. Okay? So, that's going to be more important for you to focus on right now. Okay? All right. Hopefully that helped you. See what happens? See what comes out? No wonder I was being blocked, because I was like, what's going on? And then my guides are like, hold on a second. Let's give you something else. And then it hit me. They're like, this is not the question she should be asking. We're not going to give her the answer to this, because there's something more important that she needs to know. Spirit doesn't play. Spirit does not play. All right. Okay, Blue. Hopefully that helped you. All right. All right, Yashi, you're up. Did everybody drop off because I had announcements to make? Oh, well. Not everybody. I know some of you are here. Either that or like as soon as the free readings are gone, it's like, oh, bye. Okay. I can't force anybody, right? But if you really want to know something, it's like you don't want to put the investment in it. But then again, I digress. All right, Spirit Guides and Angels. What does Yashi need to know at this time? And it better not be the 5 of Cups or the 5 of Pentacles. What does Yashi need to know at this time, Spirit Guides, Angels, Galactic Family, Pleiadians, Syrians? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. All right, lady. You're welcome, Blue. I'm glad that helped. And by the way, Blue, thank you for being honest. That way everyone else who's watching this, that they know, because sometimes people get triggered when they ask for a reading and something else comes out and it's like they can't be honest with themselves. As long as you're honest with yourself, Blue, you're golden, all right? So I do appreciate you actually telling everyone in the chat, or, you know, actually typing it in, that that you're being honest here about being selfish. Okay? It happens. I don't blame you. You know, there's a lot going on in your belly, but it's like I've given you the guidance, right? So You know what to do. You're a smart lady. So again, King of Wands, look at the bigger picture. And it's already what I said. He's trying, he's working hard because again, that's part of his job, to provide for the family and the home and to protect it. Okay? But as I said, you have to balance that out. Yashi, Seven of Cups, a few things. This is Spirit telling you to make sure that you don't distract yourself with things that are going to take you off your path. Okay? There might be some sort of illusion surrounding you, or you might be thinking something where it's preventing you from actually taking a risk on something. Or this could also be maybe you're fearful of following a dream of yours. There's like options that you are trying to select from, and you're afraid to choose the wrong cup. But God has already told you what cup to choose. I don't know if it has to do with your schooling or what you really want to pursue, like with and I know you have a talent for writing, okay? Maybe it has something to do with that. But we have the Knave of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is the Page of Wands, okay? You need to take a chance on whatever this is. You have to start taking risks here. Stop thinking about what your mom thinks, what your grandma thinks, what your friends think, what whoever else thinks. Start following what you're passionate about, okay? Take that leap. This is about you embarking on a new journey, on something that you've never done. And you're getting caught up in you're like confused. It's kind of like there's a doubt here as to whether whatever this is that you want to start, that it's not going to work out for you. So yeah, career, see? I don't know, you might be seeking information outside of yourself. You may be Googling things. You may be asking other people instead of the right people as to what you should be doing, what you should be choosing. There's some sort of distraction here where you're allowing yourself to get caught up in the outside world to try to find the answer. You got to go within, or you talk to somebody who's knowledgeable, helpful people who can actually help you, give you that boost to take that risk, right? Okay? So you have to really start listening to your intuition more here. Okay? Stop seeking information for outside yourself, or stop avoiding the situation. This is all about you taking that risk, okay? You already know in your gut what to do. Just follow it. Take a chance. I think you've always heard me say, with great risk comes great reward. Fortune favors the brave. Especially if it's if this is what God is telling you to do, run with it. God is going to support you every step of the way. He's just waiting for you to jump. He's just waiting for you to just roll with the punches, just roll the dice and do whatever your heart's telling you, and just take that risk. There's an exciting new opportunity for you here, but you got to look at this situation with optimism. Be optimistic about it. Have a positive mindset. Be adventurous. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I'm picking more on Sagittarius energy with this. Higher learning, adventure, travel. This is a traveler right here, okay? And I know you thought about traveling. I know you've been wanting to go, what's it called? Varanasi or something? If that has anything to do with it, just go do it. Or there's someplace you want to go, just go do it. Stop being up in your head. Stop procrastinating. This is the procrastination card. Stop procrastinating. Just go do it already. Just go do it. Don't worry, again, don't worry about the outside world thinks, about what everybody else is going to think. It's the same thing that happened to me. People thought I was freaking crazy. I am living my best life. And people were like, how in the hell did that even happen? It's because I listened to God. I took a risk. And God's like, I got you, Jess. There's nothing to worry about. When you follow your calling, you follow whatever God is telling you to do, there is no room for failure. You only fail if you don't get back up. And it's not going to be easy, okay? Because this is you getting ready for something that's challenging, but you have to understand that you can overcome any challenge. Why? Because you have the Ace of Wands in your hands. You use that to burn away fears, challenges, uncertainties. Stop procrastinating. Look, you and I are both Gemini sun. You know how many times God told me, just jump, just go, just go. I'm giving you this opportunity. Just go. Just take a chance. Take that leap of faith. And I didn't listen. I didn't listen. I didn't listen. And you know my story. The thing that really kicked it off was the tower moment with my counterpart. And then everything after that my guides told me to do, I jumped. Okay? I got into the Page of Wands energy, and my angels were like, Jess, it's time for you to do this. Jess, do that. Jess, do that. I'm like, okay. And I stopped hesitating. I stopped procrastinating. Because I knew every time I took the risk, I was going to be okay. And it was always leading me to the next best thing. Okay? Look, what the Knave of Chalices, right underneath that, you have to trust your intuition. You have to follow what your heart wants to tell you to do. And again, this has to do with some artistic talent, music, writing, poetry, whatever. New beginning, right? Trust what your gut's telling you. Childlike curiosity right here, Yashi, is what you need to embody. It's like, you know what? I'm going to go try this out. Like, look at little kids. You see them hesitating? No. They freaking jump off like the top of the slide and they don't even care, right? It's like, or whatever they're doing. Do you see kids hesitating when they're trying to do something? They go for it. This is what we lose when we get older. So this is you having that, you know, childlike energy. And this is also talking about you just having fun, you know, living life as a child again. Like, don't adult so much. Oh my God. Look what's at the top of the deck. It's the Five of Pentacles. Why are you doubting yourself, Yashi? You're doubting. You don't believe in yourself. You're lacking self-confidence. Why? Why? You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Or if you're having like lack mentality, you're afraid that you taking this risk is going to make you poor or something, or it's not going to be fruitful. You're not going to make money off of it, or it's something about you're not going to be rich. You're not going to have enough. When you take this risk, you got to get out of that mindset because lack attracts lack. Okay? This is the there's help for you card. It's what I was saying too. There's help out there. Your angels, your guides, your ancestors. Right? Other people who've kind of been through something similar to you. There's always help. You're not alone in this. All right? If you feel like you're going to be rejected, if you're going to think about that, that's going to manifest. Okay? That's so funny. I said it better not be Five of Pentacles or Five of Cups, but it was at the top of the deck. You got Seven of Cups, but you know what it is you need to do. Okay? You know what it is you need to do. All right. Hopefully that helps you. Okay, we're on to Jess. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What guidance do we have for Jess? The other Jess, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. And Jess gets the other Wands card. All right. Thank you, Kayla. All right, Jess. My eye stuff. Okay. We have that's Two of Pentacles, right? Two of Pentacles and Four of Wands. Okay. You're going back and forth about your home situation. It's like, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? There's something about some wishy-washiness here. You're trying to make a decision, but it's kind of like you may be doubting your instincts, or you're putting too much logic into the situation. This could also be about prioritizing your self-care, putting yourself on the front burner, really doing things that are going to bring you happiness and peace and balance, a more balanced life. All right. I know your living situation. So Four of Wands talks about the home. So this is more of it's like, yeah, you're debating on whether you should stay in the situation. Kay, can you let me know what error you're getting? If you're basing it off of what I typed, go check the description box and try to copy that link. If you can let me know, Kay, what the error is. So Jess here, you got to start doing things you got to start things that make you happy. Where you're going to have a more balanced home environment, you're going to have a more peaceful home environment. Celebrating life more. Doing things that you know are going to be a lot more fruitful, that are going to help you level up. Okay? And part of it does have to deal with prioritizing your life's activities, your well-being, your happiness, that type of thing, your spiritual growth. This could also portend something about changes coming with regards to your living space. We have Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I don't know who this is. This is an air sign. Could be actual female, feminine energy. Aries, not Aries. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, Kate, if you go to my description box, the link that's there, paste that link into the web browser. That should do it. Because I know I used that same link when I was doing that fundraising thing back in November. I don't know if this is your sister or this is you where you need to stop making excuses. It's like you're getting this divine guidance and God wants you to make a plan, communicate that plan, and take action on it. You may have to speak your truth about something. Don't get so much into your emotions here. But don't be overly logical about it either. Like have your head heart balance here with whatever this is. There's a decision you need to make, and Spirit is telling you to stop going back and forth with it. I'm hearing you need to take that risk too. Like Yashi's reading is tying into this one. If you need to say something, you need to say something. It's kind of like going off with a collective reading too. Right? You got to find something more stable. Because Two of Pentacles is also lack of balance. There's something you really have to balance. You're juggling things. But it's mainly you are trying to decide on something where you know you're going to have more stability. And it has to do with your home situation. Okay. You're going to have to use discernment with this. You're going to have to be honest here. And kind of find the humor in the situation. But really make sure that you trust your intuition with regards to the decision you were kind of wobbling on. Okay. Did it work, Kay? So that situation that you are in, it's time for a change. And it's time for you to make a decision. All right? Don't get so caught up in your emotions again with regards to that decision you need to make. She's very decisive. She's very intelligent too. So Jess, like you already have the smarts for this. She doesn't let anybody get in her way. She doesn't let anybody dethrone her. She doesn't make excuses either. She knows that she had a hard life before, but she didn't get to queendom if she didn't learn from that. She knows when she needs to do something, and she doesn't allow her emotions to get the best of her. She will tap into her emotions when she needs to, but she will be blunt when she needs to be. She will stand up for herself when she needs to. Thank you, Kay. Kay, you can go ahead and put in, I don't know if you put in one question or two questions, so let me know which one. If you have the one reading or the two readings. So, yeah, Jess, you're going to have to really, this is a decisive moment for you. But your gut already knows what it is, and you have the smarts to kind of overcome this situation. And underneath that is the Three of Swords. You got to cut out what doesn't serve you. You got to cut out that heartbreak, disappointment. You're disappointed right now. You're not happy. You're just like, the Three of Swords. Like, I don't like this. I don't like this feeling, right? You got to cut out that Three of Swords. You're responsible for your happiness, right? You want to be in the Four of Wands energy. It's like, a major goal is completed, or something, that you're supposed to be following, that is going to bring you that happiness and that peace, a more balanced life, something where you're going to celebrate life more. You're going to feel a lot more joyous and harmonious here. This is harmony. So whatever it is that you're trying to decide, Spirit's like, you know what decision you need to make. You just can't be afraid of making it. She's a very decisive person. Okay? Look what's at the top. It's the Hierophant. Let go of that old programming. Okay? Let go of that old programming. You have to follow your divine guidance here. God's telling you what to do. You got to follow what he's telling you to do. Okay? This could also be, you know, there's another message here. There's something about marriage. Either it's your viewpoints or marriage, or your social conditioning about marriage. I don't know. That got marriage for whatever reason. Okay? It's like you need to change your viewpoint on how you view marriage. I don't know. That's the other message that I got. Okay? Marriage and divorce. I don't know. That just came up out of nowhere. So that's what we got. Ah, never seen one? Well, you know what? That does not mean that you are going to have the same thing too. Okay? Remember we talked about in your other readings, you have ancestral patterns to break. You're the one who's been chosen to break those patterns. It's in almost all of your readings, okay? So don't let that have you think that you're going to end up in the same thing. We already went through a lot of stuff. There's a lot of other work that you have to do. When you get to what I've told you in your other readings, you already know the person and the relationship you're going to attract. Okay? But you got to do the work. I'm not knocking on your other family members or everything that your friends or something, but I can probably say that they're not going to be doing the work that you're going to be doing because you are the chosen one. Okay? You're the one to break those spells. You're the one to break those patterns. That's a really huge feat. Practically all of you who are here are supposed to be doing the same thing. Okay? So don't get caught up in that mentality, all right? Don't focus on that. All right, so hopefully, Jess, that helped you. All right, who's next? Kayla, are you still here? All right. Kay, thank you. You're welcome, Jess. Okay, Kayla, let me go back to your question because I didn't write it down. Thank you, Kay, for your donation. I wrote down your question, Kay. Let me see. Where's Kayla? All right, Kayla. Let's see. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians. I was doing fine with my eyeballs before this reading. I don't know what happens. I think it's the lighting or something like that. I try to fix it, but whatever. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians. Will Kayla and her partner come together as one? Kayla, I can only answer one question, so I'm answering the first one. Okay? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please reveal to me for my highest good and for Kayla's highest good. Will Kayla and her partner come together as one? Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Okay, Kayla, this is kind of like blues already. They're already telling me you're asking the wrong question. But let's see what comes out. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians. Will Kayla and her partner come together as one? Please and thank you. You see, nothing's coming out yet. They're thinking. There it is. There. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. Why are you worrying so much? Are you losing sleep over this connection? Are you up in your head and you're so worried about what's going to happen and what's not going to happen? There's a lot of fear here. There's a lot of fear here. And I don't know if there's lack of communication. Do you think this connection is hopeless because maybe there's no communication or you haven't gotten the truth yet? Challenges. Swords are about challenges too. The thing is, if you're focusing on, you have to get clarity of thought here. You have to start seeking the truth on your own with regards to the situation. You have to stay focused on your path here instead of your person's path. All right. You have to use this Sword of Excalibur to cut out these energies because these are too low vibrational. If you are in Nine of Swords, there's no way you and your person can come together as one because that's low vibrational. So you're going to have to raise your vibration. That's why with the Ace of Swords here, you're going to have to use that to cut all of that out because you being in this vibration, again, it's not going to attract union with your person. It's not going to attract it. If there's no communication or there's poor communication, it's not going to magically have the person communicate or do anything like that. You're gonna have to do a lot of meditation here because you're all up in your mind space. You're gonna have to really start clearing your heart chakra. You're gonna have to do a lot of healing work, is what I'm being told. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done to get you out of these energies. It's like you have to start doing it now before you get to the Ten of Swords. And we all know what the Ten of Swords is. We saw that in the collective reading. Okay. So, but you have to also understand that your person has blockages, you have blockages, and there are blockages in the connection. I'm feeling that very strongly. There's too much between you and your person and in the connection in general. That is this energy right here. A lot of work has to be done, not only with you, but with your person in order to help raise the vibration of both of you, to help change things with regards to where you guys are at in your connection. All right. This has got to go away first and foremost. But and it's a lot of work because you can do all the meditation you want, you can watch all the tarot you want, you can take all the sea salt baths you want, but until you do the shadow work, until you face your fears, it's not going to help. I mean, it does help. I'm not saying I don't know, Kayla. I would have to like pull more cards for that, but I don't. This is as far as I go with these readings. I'm not sure because I'm not reading his energies. I'm kind of sort of reading his energies because he's in this too. Here's the thing. If you're in this, so will your person, right? Like attracts like. So You're going to have to be the one to get out of this. What Spirit is already telling me right now, you have to stop focusing on your person. You have to stop thinking that your person is causing all of this. I'm hearing your person, your person, your person, your person. That's why when I was shuffling, they said you were asking the wrong question. And I'm not, I don't know if you've watched, wait, you did see, you watched me. So, you know that I don't BS, right? Because I'm very passionate about people getting out of these energies, right? That's why I work with people. That's why, you know, with my services, I have a gazillion services there for a reason, because there is a lot of work that has to be done to get into alignment, not only with your higher self, but to be able to attract that divine person, all right? So that you can come together as one. Coming together as one has a lot of work involved. But that also means you cannot be focusing on your person, and you cannot be focusing on coming together. You got to be focusing on doing the work. That's where you have to get more clarity on. Okay? There's clouded judgment here. And there's all this is air. This is air energy, meaning you are too much in the mind space, and you're too overly focused on, you know, oh my God, like, is this ever going to happen? Are we ever going to come together? Like, what is this leading towards? Okay. Let me see what else is here. Yeah, see what's underneath the Ace of Swords, the World card? This cycle needs to end. You got to end this cycle. You got to break this. Nine of Swords. Because nothing is ever going to happen with your person. See, Yashi knows this. Yashi knows this. I love her to death, but I told Yashi, you cannot be in this energy. You can't. You can't. Okay? Three of Pentacles. If you're thinking there are third-party stuff, get your mind out of that. It's not for you to know. Okay? You need to be doing what you love to do. You need to start creating. All right? You need to start following your dharma. I don't know if you're like a counterpart, what they call twin flame, but my guides don't like the twin flamey stuff. At least the title. They don't like the title. The label. And I don't like the labels either, but they want me to use light counterpart. I don't know if you're part of that. If you're part of that, you need to do what you love to do. You need to start working on building, creating something for yourself, and working your dharma. Okay? You need to start doing things for yourself, and you have to start aligning your mind, body, and soul so they can work in synergy with each other. When you are focused on your life's purpose, you stop forgetting about your person. You stop worrying about, oh my God, are we going to come together? Is union going to happen? Am I going to find the love? Am I going to have this? It's the same thing that happened to me when I got so immersed on building my business and all of that stuff and focusing on my mission. All of that other stuff just fell away. And then I ended up being laser focused on the mission. It's about the mission. This goes for everybody here. We did not incarnate on this earth to find love and romance and to ride off into the sunset and to have the house with the picket fence and the 2 dogs and the 3 kids. That's not why we came here. That is the reward that we get when we get into alignment with our higher selves. And we fulfill the mission that we've signed up for, that we were called to do. Okay? That is the point. It's not about getting into union with anybody. It's not about having the love, the partner, the romance. It's not it. It's not. That's the big bonus that comes when we've done the work on ourselves and we are fulfilling the mission that God assigned to us, and we are utilizing our God-given gifts for the greater good of humanity. We are here to help each other. We are not here to just single ourselves out and think that we're our own little bubble and be like, oh, it's just me and I have to be in this relationship and I have to do this job and it's just me, 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 me. It's not about that. It's Aquarian energy, right? We're supposed to be helping the greater good of humanity. It's not about worrying about the love stuff. It's not eros. It's always about agape that I always talk about. And that is the love that we have for everybody. That is what we need to encompass. If we could all focus on that, do you know how much better this world would be? Way, way better if we focused on that instead of trying to go have this tunnel vision, because we're programmed to find the one and to have this like life or whatever, but nobody talks about fulfilling our mission or utilizing our God-given gifts to create. It's like, again, with the Three of Pentacles. And when you tap into that energy, all of these amazing blessings come your way and your whole life changes. And here's the kicker. When you're able to really understand what unconditional love is and forgiveness and acceptance, and you're living your life's purpose and you're not caught up in the 3D world, God blesses you with something unimaginable. He blesses you with a life you didn't think was possible. That is the biggest reward. It's not just being with somebody. It's being with someone where you're going to be a power couple and you're going to have this power mission. You're going to be an example of what a divine couple is. We do not have enough of those out there. And that's why, and I talk like this because I'm so passionate about it, because the more, as I said, we get in our purpose, we will attract that person where we can be that power couple, be the powerful divine couple. That's really going to light up the world. And we need a lot more of that, where you guys are helping the greater good of humanity here. People will look towards you and say, holy cow, look what those people have together. It's just not that you're your husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever it is. They're going to see how powerful you two are and the light that shines between the both of you, and the impact that you have on other people, on other relationships, on other couples. That is what God wants more of on this earthly plane. That is what we need more of. It's attaining that divine coupledom, if that's a word. It's the divine companionship. Companionship is a whole other level than relationship. Okay? Because you can be together with somebody, but are you building a family legacy? Are you building something masterful? Are you making an impact on the world? You know how many couples aren't doing that? And I'm not knocking on the couples that aren't doing that, okay? So don't put me in that category. I'm just saying that's the reality of it all. But could you imagine if you had these divine power couples who are trying to inspire others, and then it just, the light, the luminosity of the light increases, the vibration of the earth increases. That's what we were here for. That's the ultimate goal. Because what God gives you with this person, it's going to be something you never thought was positive. See, Kayla, focus on that. Your dream is to make a massive positive change. That is what you are here for. And I'm getting, I'm like, my vibration is going through the roof, and now I'm getting the angel bumps or the goosebumps or whatever. Because that's confirming that for you. You focus on that. That is way more important than anything else right now. Because the world needs who you were made to be. The world doesn't, the world is not waiting for you to be in a relationship. That's, right now, that's not going to benefit the planet, right? Especially if you are in this, that's not making a massive change in the planet. It's not helping anybody. And more importantly, it's not helping yourself. Because that Nine of Swords leads to depression. It leads to your health deteriorating. It leads to a lot of stuff that the devil's going to be so happy about, because the devil's like, oh, Kayla, look where she's at now. I want her to be in Nine of Swords. I don't want her making a positive change in the world. So then what happens? You stay tied to those chains that are bound to the devil, and you're not shining your light, and nobody's able to utilize the benefit of you, if that makes sense. Nobody's always is going to benefit from your services, from your life's purpose. When you betray your calling, you're actually not only betraying yourself, you're betraying God. And that's a tough thing to hear. Because if God gave you something and he gave you a calling and you're like, nope, I'm supposed to do what? But I want this. That backfires. That backfires. And then you miss out on the incredible blessings and abundance and miracles that God has waiting for you. But again, God's not just going to give it to us. Just be like, oh, here you go. You get all this amazing stuff. It doesn't work that way, right? He wants to see who's going to put in the work. And I won't lie, where I'm at now, do you think this is easy? Do you know how much I get tested? I was talking to my mom and I was getting tested again because my mom was testing me. It's like the devil was testing me through my mother with regards to what I'm doing. And I know it's a preparation for what what's coming down the pike for me, because I know what I'm doing now is not the end all be all. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not going to be doing this in the near future. And I have to follow whatever God's telling me to do. I know I'm being set up. We're all being set up, but not in a bad way. We're being set up to prepare ourselves for what's to come, for something greater. Okay. And until we pass those tests, we're going to be continuing to stay in these energies where when we get these incredible opportunities, there's a possibility that we could lose everything. And we go from like the top of the mountain all the way down to the bottom. That's what God does not want. All right. So hopefully that helps you. You know now what to do. Start focusing on you and your mission. Start working your dharma. I promise you, this whole relationship thing is not even going to be a thought. I mean, it will show up. But it won't affect you as much. Okay. It won't affect you as much. Again, you're going through this to prepare you for something greater. Everything that we go through, guys, is to prepare us for something greater. And you can't compare your journey to somebody else's, not mine, not your next door neighbors, not anyone else who's in the chat. It's your path and your path alone. It's your journey. It's only for you, all right? So as you're traversing through this, do not start comparing your journey to anyone else's. God has something specific for you, okay? So keep that in mind. So really start focusing on yourself, okay? Thank you, Kayla, for your question. You lucked out because all the free slots were taken up, but I might have to make that a note in the next live when I do these things. All right. Oh my God, are we going to finish super early today? Okay. You're up. If there's anybody who's lingering around here, who's kind of like hiding behind the curtains and you would like a reading after Kay, I'm done. That's if nobody else comes in here. Okay. Kay's the last one on my list. Oh, I just read, Kay, I just read your comment. Jess, I love your passion. Thank you, Kay. It's my Leo rising and my Leo North node. I love it. That's actually the energy that I had been suppressing most of my life. Hence why Aquarius is my South node and Leo is my North node. I had to really step into me being passionate about what I do and speaking in that manner. But there's no, I mean, I am very passionate about what I do. And guys, it's hard for me sometimes because it's like I have this ambition, and it's like this over ambition of wanting to like really, like if I had this magic wand, the people who still need work, I just want to wave that wand and have everybody, you know, just get them to do their work. But I know I can't do that, right? I mean, I got to do my own thing. So, but it does get challenging sometimes because I was telling my mom today, I'm not a tarot reader. I'm a spiritual advisor, but they wanted me to use this as a tool. I honestly don't need these things, but sometimes people, they want to see proof, right? But that's a whole other story. So it's funny because Magician's at the bottom of the deck before I shuffle. All right, let's get to Kay's reading. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, play, and series. What does God want Kay to know at this time? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Oh, the moon's right outside my window. Woo! Okay, that was weird. So you just saw that for whatever reason, I looked to my right and I'm like, is that the moon out there? And I said the moon, right? How does that happen? How does that happen? All right. Thank you, Kay. I love connecting with you too. We have the Five of Pentacles and the moon. Kay. Kay, 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 Kay. Love. There's fear surrounding money. There's be gentle. There are fears surrounding money here. There's lack mentality. Okay? You are it's like scarcity mindset. There are uncertainties, there are doubts here. There could be some misunderstandings about something. Maybe you were left out of the cold. You were rejected from something. Maybe you were rejected from an opportunity, a job. If you are in the woe is me type of mentality, or you tend to go in and out of that, God really wants you to start listening and trusting your intuition more. And I think that came out in some of your letters or something like that. So, you might be getting dreams about how to resolve the situation with why you were feeling like Five of Pentacles. Okay. Yashi had this at the top of her deck. So this is the same thing for you, where there is help out there. So if whatever it is that you're getting in your dreams, you have to start paying more attention to, because they're giving you the solutions. If you're having a hard time remembering your dreams, what you do is, before you go to bed, right before you're going to close your eyes, you ask your angels, or if you work with specific archangels, they want you to They want you to connect with them more. And I tell them, can you please reveal to me what I need to know in my dreams? Can you please help me remember them when I wake up? All right. So he needs to talk louder. They're trying to give you all of these solutions, okay, in the dream state. Because what may be happening is that in the mental state, you may be trying to find too many answers logically. And I know you're Aquarius sun, so that could have to do, that may be something to do with it. But they really want you to start paying attention to what you are being given in the dream state. Also, whatever signs and synchronicities you see and whatever downloads and intuitive hits you're getting. Okay? Trust your gut on this. Trust your gut. It's like your guides, your angels, they really want you to ask for more of their help, but you also have to trust in what they tell you. Because here's the thing, there might be where you're asking for their help, and then you get the dream or you get the intuitive hit, and you're like, wait, what? You can say it out loud, Kay, or in your mind. It doesn't matter. When you're asking your guides for this before you go to bed, you can do either or. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but they want you to ask. So when you get the solution, when your dream tells you something to do, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I have to do that? Don't question it. Don't doubt it. This is a doubt card, okay? Don't fear what they're telling you either. Because sometimes when we ask for guidance and we're asking to try to get out of something, especially it's like, I need help with something here. And you get that help. Either you may be questioning it, or you may be thinking, wait, what? That's going to help my situation, or that's going to help me. It could even be if you've been, you know, praying for help or praying for something, and you get the answers, or God sends you the person or sends you the solution, yet you are not either listening to the person or you're not following the divine guidance, you're not following what you're being given intuitively, then you're going to continue to be in this state. So, all right, it's not the end of the world. Not all is lost here. Okay, you have to have more faith than giving into this fear. Because that fear of lack, whatever the lack may be, okay? That fear of not having something, you're going to attract more of that not having it. Does that make sense? And I keep doing things with my eyes. It's the funniest thing. This mentality has to go. Because this is attracting more stuff. This combined with this, the fear and the scarcity mind, the lack. It doesn't even have to be about a lack of money. It could just be a lack of something. Or this is the attitude of the attitude of gratitude. You're going to have to start being more grateful for what you have than what you don't have. Focusing on what is going right instead of what is going wrong. Focusing on having more faith instead of focusing on the fear. It's all what you think and you feel and you project out. Okay. You have to work a lot more on that. So, it's like these energies here. So I'm going to show you the bottom of the deck because this is what's going to really help. This is a lack of confidence. This is confidence and courage. No confidence, no courage. Doubting, the fears, the uncertainties. Maybe you're going through the dark night of the soul. I don't know. But you gotta muster up this right here. You are stronger and more powerful than you think you are, okay? You have the ability to overcome all of this stuff. All right? Because you are what? You are already God within. You already have this energy within you. If anything, what you should be asking more from God or your angels or your ancestors, ask them to give you more strength. Ask them to help you find your personal power. How are you going to find more peace within yourself? Right? This is also about having more compassion for yourself too, and for other people. And if this has to do with anybody that may have rejected you or left you out in the cold, all right, you have to have more compassion for those people. That might be a little bit challenging. Okay. This is Leo energy here. It's funny because I was talking about my Leo placements. You got to be more passionate about your talents, about who you are, about what your capabilities are. You have to start shining your light more, because this is like you're hiding. You're hiding in the dark. It's kind of like I'm hiding myself because I'm dimming my light, or I'm allowing this to dim my light. No, don't do that. The world needs your light. Whether you want to believe it or not, they do. And this is self-belief too. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have that energy, that Leo energy, where you're just going to go out there and like, you know, here I am, hear me roar type of energy, and say, I'm going to have the boldness and bravery to overcome whatever this is. I don't have to be in this state, right? The harsh reality is when we give in to fears and we're like just cowering away and we're doubting ourselves and we don't feel right within ourselves, that's on us. All right? And if somebody put us there, don't point the finger at the person, because what happens when we point fingers? There's 3 fingers pointing back at you, right? So this is really what you're going to need to be working on more. You already have this power within you. You have to let that come out. You have to let your light shine, Kay. Because right now, with this energy of the moon, you're keeping yourself in the dark for whatever reason. You got to stop doubting yourself. And again, if this has to do with anybody else with a rejection or being left out on the cold, I nailed it. Right here. I don't know your birth chart, and I know you ordered a package that has it in there, so I'm wondering if you have any planets in Leo, or what house your Leo is in. That might reveal something. Because you need more of this. A lot more of this. And you know what? You already have it because you are God within. It's one of those things that a lot of us don't really understand. And it's not anybody's fault, because nobody tells us this. So much of the world, including the devil, of course, they want us to stay in victim mode. Okay? That is victim mode. Nobody's a victim. It's an illusion. Okay? So start having more belief in yourself and your abilities. Don't let the devil instill that fear in you, because that holds you back. Fear is what holds everybody back from shining their light. It's like, and this is not just, you know, not just on UK, but and it happened to me too, because it's so easy for us to just fall into that fear and that doubt because of what society says. Like, some, you want to do something and then somebody tells you you can't do that, or you're not enough. This is the not good enough card too. Who said you're not good enough for something? That's bullcrap. Who said that? God's not going to tell you that, because God already knows you're more than good enough for whatever this is. And again, you have way more power and strength than you realize. Oops. You got to find that Leo energy within. You don't know what time you were born? If you can't find it, that's fine. I know what to do with that. I've read charts where people didn't have their birth times. So we can, there's ways to work around that. So here, you got to work on that. You have this within you. You have to face your fears here. You have the power and strength to face your fears. You cannot let your fears hold you back. Right? And again, have more compassion for yourself and seek out that help. Ask your guides, your angels for more help. Okay. So, yeah, and you have the Three of Pentacles at the top of the deck too, like Kayla did. It's time to start building and creating, doing what you love, following your passions. What are you skilled at? You are very skilled at something, Kay, and I know what that is. You got to follow that and use that to your advantage. Align your mind, body, and soul so that they work in tandem with each other, and then you get this like creative boost of energy. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I just realized that I love doing this. And then you build and you build and you build and you create and you create. And you start forgetting about all these fears and uncertainties and all that stuff. What was that, Yashi? I could organize full moon ceremony too, like you were organizing Divine Feminine class. Maybe. I might have to talk to you offline to see what you're thinking about for that. But yeah, it's like my Divine Feminine class. There's so much stuff. When you embody Divine Feminine, all this goes away. All this goes away. Now, with the moon thing, it's like intuition, right? This is Divine Feminine, is it not? You got to reintegrate the Divine Feminine energy to trust your intuition. That's what I talk about in my Reintegrating Divine Feminine class. It gets you out of this state completely. And when you're fully in the Divine Feminine power, boy, can you create some amazing things. Okay? And you'll be nonstop. And you're not going to doubt yourself. You're not going to worry about anything. You're just going to keep going. And then look, after the Three of Pentacles, right after that is a Judgment card. You got to follow your calling. It's like a death and rebirth. There's a fundamental change that you need to undergo. There's a huge decision you got to make. And that is you following what you're very skilled at. The God-given talents is what you need to is supposed to start working towards. You got to heed the call. You got to wake up and start following what God blessed you with. Start utilizing what God blessed you with to create for the greater good of humanity. All right. This is also about, you know, really going through that awakening phase, that self-transformation phase. But a lot of it, again, it's a good thing that Yashi mentioned that, because the moon is the divine feminine. And the divine feminine doesn't give into fears. Why? Because she's always been led by God. Why? Because she trusts her intuition fully. I think Jess left, because I know Jess really talked really nicely about that class from last week. I have the second session tomorrow, and my last session is February 27th. But intuition is going to be a big thing for you. And it's also going to help you to have a lot more confidence in yourself. The more you trust your intuition here. Okay? Hi, sweetie. Really? At this hour? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's 11:11, people.
You're welcome.
My son comes down the stairs and I look at the clock because he's asking me about something. And
can we still get McDonald's?
Let me think about that. It's so late, though. We shouldn't be having that this late.
It's open 24/7.
I know it is. Hold on, buddy. Okay, Kay. Hopefully that helps. I'm going to pull a love card for you. Let me think. Okay, Kay. You are... Oh, Jess is here. Sign you up for next week. Well, go ahead. Kay, do you have the link to it? Wait, I think it's in the description box. Okay, if you go to the description box, the link to the class is there. Okay? And we'll do the 27th. That goes for everybody else here who's still here. I have my class, my Divine Feminine class, the 20th and the 27th. I'm also going to do a Divine Masculine class. Okay? And with my memberships, some of the memberships, you guys can get discounts on the classes too. And I normally don't give discounts for classes. So whatever membership tier I add to that, you'll get discounts on my classes too, which I don't ever do. So, okay. Spirit wants me to pull from both decks for the love portion of this. Okay? So, you got a bonus there. All right, Spirit. What guidance do we have for Kay with regards to love? Please and thank you. What does that smell? Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Woo! I know. Isn't the artwork in this deck awesome? Oh, man. This tends to come up for you. This tends to come up for a lot. This has to do... This is in the Divine Feminine class, too. Here's the artwork for this. It's the forgiveness card. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. You know what's funny? Because didn't we see the Magician card before we shuffled? There you have it. You are the Magician. with regards to love here, this is going to completely clear your heart chakra. And for all of you divine counterparts out there, this needs to be done if you want harmonious sacred union to manifest, if you want to become part of that divine couple. This is a higher state of being, which is why it's so difficult for people to do this. Good night, Jess. Thank you for being here. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. This is talked about in my Divine Feminine class too. And some people will probably not like when I say this. But for those, and I'm not judging anybody, please keep that in mind, but my God is like, you need to say this. I actually had a revelation the other day when I was in prayer and God spoke to me about this. I've said it in some of my readings already, on my zodiac readings. In order to fully be divine feminine, and it's more about divine feminine Christ, you have to be able to forgive. You cannot fully be the divine feminine if you can't forgive. I will say that right now. The true divine feminine is able to do this on top of a whole bunch of other things. Oh my gosh, poor Michael just fell off my table. And compassion, okay? I wanted to talk about, I don't know if I'm going to have time for this, but there is a reader who's a counterpart, okay? She's what they call a twin flame. And she has a partner, and she recently had a child with this partner. And I was wondering if she came into union with her counterpart, but my gut was like, but why does she call him this, and why does she do that? It turns out some reading that showed up in my feed today actually confirmed what my gut was telling me. And she was alluding to that not everybody deserves second chances. And then it hit me. Something had happened. She wasn't able to forgive her counterpart when he was ready to tell her the truth, or he told her the cold hard truth and she couldn't deal with it. She couldn't forgive him for whatever he said. I talked about this in, okay, I know there's some Aquarians here. Did I talk about this in the last Aquarius reading? There were some readings recently where I talked about secrets are going to come out when the counterparts come into union, and there are going to be some heavy things. And I'm not going to lie here because I have some secrets that I'm going to have to tell my divine masculine. Yes, even I have those too. But that's not for everybody to know. It's only for my divine masculine to know. And I know he's still hiding stuff. That's the whole point. If we can't forgive each other for those things, harmonious sacred union's not going to happen. And when I heard that, and again, everyone's got free will, right? But I'm trying to come from my divine feminine Christ side. Okay? If we can't give second chances to people, it doesn't mean, this ties into forgiveness, right? It doesn't mean we condone what they did. But you're going to be in a place as the true divine feminine where you're able to discern whether that person is being genuine or not. Okay? It's like, but there are people where, you know what? That ship has sailed. It's not about not giving them a second chance. It's you knowing that whoever that is, especially if it's a relationship. Like, let's look at my ex-husband for a minute. He kind of thought that he was going to have a second chance. He didn't ask me for one, but he kind of alluded to it. But it ended up being where it's like, God doesn't want that. But what I did give him a second chance on was to kind of redeem himself in a bit, and for us to continue to be friends, because I've known him for a very long time. I can't just drop him out of my life, right? God wasn't going to allow it to happen. We have a son together, right? So in a way, I gave him a second chance. I didn't completely cut him off. I didn't completely send him to hell. I didn't kick him out of my life. I didn't do that. In a sense, I gave him a second chance because of why? Because of this, right here. I forgave myself for what I should have done and what I didn't do in the marriage. I forgave him for what he didn't do and what he did, right? Yeah. Forgive and let go. Forgive and unconditionally love. I'm telling you, the peace that will come to you in your life, you're going to start asking God, like I still do every day. When I pray and I do my practice for myself, I'm like, God, is this really how life is meant to, for me to live? And God's like, it is, Jess. Isn't it crazy? And a lot of it has to do with this. And on top of that, God gives you all of these amazing things because he knows how hard it is for us to do this. It helps us to move on. It helps us to grow, to learn, and evolve. It helps us to become the divine beings. But what I have seen is you cannot be fully divine anything if you don't do this. You stay in your distorted energies, which is tying to the devil energy, but that's not who you are. It's not. You have the ability to forgive. It's just that, and I know Jess left. Hold on a second, because I took notes on what she said. Give me a minute. Because she talked about this in the Divine Feminine class, and I loved what she said. That's why I have this notebook here. Okay. This is what Jessica said, okay? Some people say they forgive when they really don't, or even when you say you forgive yourself. You say you're mad at them when you're really mad at yourself. When we can't forgive others, that means you can't forgive yourself. Why? Because you don't realize you need to forgive yourself for allowing that behavior first. That's why so many people have a hard time forgiving. It stems from you because you kind of want to beat yourself up for allowing that behavior. And then when you can't forgive yourself for that, because what happens, we think, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? I'm an idiot. That's self-sabotage. That is super low vibrational. And until we realize, okay, I need to forgive myself for allowing that crap to happen. Because remember, it goes both ways, right? It goes both ways, right? If you can't forgive somebody, that means somebody kind of screwed you over. And people say, oh, well, you have no idea what they did to me, Jess. Do you know who does? God does. That's what I talked about with the collective reading. You want justice? That's God's doing. That's his department. It's in the Bible. We are not the ones to seek out vengeance. We're not. What we need to be doing is finding justice within ourselves, and that's forgiving ourselves. It's like we need to find that balance and do the right thing by forgiving and not allowing us to beat ourselves up because we allowed that thing to happen in the first place. And remember, when people do silly things, we don't know what they're going through. We don't know what their past was like. I know why my husband did what he did because I knew some of his past. I just wasn't registering it at the time until after the fact. But I at least learned. I fully understood why he was doing what he was doing and what he wasn't doing. because of what he didn't see as a child with his own parents, what he went through as a kid. And he had a really, really tough life, even up until he went to college, okay? And it's heartbreaking. It really is. But I'm not going to talk about his story because that's his business, and that's not my place to talk about it here unless he gives me permission. But I saw that. That's where the compassion comes in. Because it molded him into being somebody that he never really was. It was just because his environment created him that way. And that's where the compassion comes from, because I fully understood what the life that he lived and where he came from. And it wasn't pleasant at all, guys. It wasn't. So I could not blame him for how he acted and the fact that our marriage didn't work out. But again, it was all in God's plan. I wouldn't be able to teach this to other people. I wouldn't be able to prepare myself for the divine companionship that's coming my way. I wouldn't be able to prepare myself to be able to handle all the crap that I might deal with when I'm doing my readings, or whatever else people say to me, or even with the confusion or the comments that like some of my family members make about what I'm doing, right? It's all preparation for something greater. It's preparation for your mission. So when you are able to fully have compassion and you're able to fully forgive people, you're going to start to see how much more peace you will have in your life. And you're going to start to see, well, you know what? Shit. That person went through this. They did this to me, but it also stemming from you, what happened in your childhood and your upbringing, because you allowed it. Okay? I will say, with my ancestral patterns, with the women, they took a lot of shit. Okay? They didn't stand up for themselves. They took a lot of bullshit. And I did the same thing because it was a pattern. Because it happened for generations upon generations upon generations. But I was the one called upon to break that and see it for what it really was. But then I also had to understand about compassion and forgiveness. That is true divine feminine Christ, on top of all the other things that energy embodies. That's what God wants us to be. And this goes for the divine masculine too. I mean, you look at Jesus' story, you know how many people betrayed him. Look at Judas. He got freaking sent to be nailed to a cross. I don't think any of us are being sent to our deaths here, right? So that's why it's so important. I mean, it's like you want all of these things to come into your life. This is one of the things that's stopping so many people. For what? Because you're mad at yourself for allowing that. You're mad, why did that person do that? But you don't really know what they went through to do that. You know? I mean, your life totally changes when you start to realize this. And look what's at the bottom of the deck for this. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Right? It could be what I just said. All of our relationships reflect our inner wounds. That's what they're there for. And they're there to teach us huge lessons. And the biggest lesson that a lot of us miss has to do with this. This is the gateway to having everything. It is. And with that other reader I was talking about, she couldn't do this. She couldn't do this. And I don't care what anybody says. I will be, if I have to be the only one who talks about it, you cannot be fully divine feminine Christ either. if you can't do this. Which means the divine, that's my son, the divine, the true love, you won't experience, because true love is divine love. It's the divine love of God. And this has everything to do with that. Everything. Forgiveness is divine. God forgives us. Jesus has already forgiven us. He forgave everybody else, and look at what so many people did to him. But did he care? No. He knew he was what was going on. He saw the bigger picture. He still had to have compassion regardless. Right? There's a huge thing to be learned with just his story alone. And this is the biggest thing for me, guys. Honestly, you think I'm passionate about stuff? It's this right here. This and compassion. It's like I have to talk to God sometimes, and I was like, God, why is it that this is so hard for people? I don't know. I don't know what it is about me that's different. Actually, no, I do know, because they told me why. But I can't share that, not right now, why that is. So, and again, this is not me coming hard down on Kay. This is not me being hard on anybody else. But again, it stems from my passion, because I try to get people to better understand this. And again, it's like, it really points back to you, to us, with the whole forgiveness thing. All our relationships reflect our inner wounds, all of them. And that's what God wants us to get out of. We need to heal those. It's a lot. Your life becomes so much more blissful when you really work towards that, and you're able to do that at the drop of a hat. You know? Let's see what else Spirit has. Well, yeah. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. That's for K. Bottom of the deck is religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. There you go. That's total counterpart stuff right there. This card right here. A lot of things. See, upbringing. What did I talk about? The upbringing, right? What you saw with your own parents, what you saw in the relationships in your family, what you saw in your own marriage and your own relationships, all of that stuff. Religion too. Right? I know for me, being raised Catholic, it's like I still incorporate some of those things, but my own religion helped me to understand a lot more things about God, about Jesus, and my relationship with both. That I didn't really need religion to help me get through things. It was about my close connection with God on my own, and my connection with Jesus, my connection to my archangels, my ancestors, my deceased paternal grandparents, somebody else who I never even met, who I know of, who used to be on this earthly plane, but who is no longer here. You know, it helps. When you go into hermit mode and you start really trying to learn the truth for yourself. And that's why I was talking about with utilizing these next 29 days. You're welcome, Kayla. With the Sun, Jupiter, Neptune, and Pisces, use this to your advantage. Okay. Yes, in spirit. Use this energy right now for the next month or so to your advantage, guys. It's going to be very important. All right. Okay. This is another one of those lives where I kind of preachy mode. But again, see what's at the top of the deck. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. That's totally divine counterpart stuff. I know there are twin flames that they're different religions. Mine happens to be Catholic as well, so we don't have that. But still, it's our perception of what Catholicism was as it was taught to us, was what we had to learn. So, yes, preachy mode. So, but again, you know, I can't not be preachy mode sometimes, because it's like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay, well, you know what, Kay, you got to look inside yourself and, you know, oh my God, look, you see what they do? I lifted this up by itself. Look what's underneath it. Didn't I say it was twin flamey stuff? See what I was talking about? You cannot come into harmonious sacred union without this. If you can't do this, it will not happen. You will miss out on the true love of a lifetime if you can't do that. That's it. That's it. That's why reintegrating the full divine feminine is so important. I'm telling you, like the reading I did for Jess, like what is coming for her in her future, it's like, wow. If she gets through, oh my God, if she gets through all of this stuff, and I'm not just saying that what she's getting is not what you're getting, but I'm just making an example. Because she's got a lot to overcome. But when, I'm saying when she does, the person she's going to attract, oh my God. And actually another reader pulled out those same cards for her that I did. And the reader was like, oh my gosh, this is somebody that doesn't normally walk the earth. It's that rare, but that is the reward that you get when you do all of this stuff. And the forgiveness is such a huge thing. That's why it's the gateway to having everything. Because so many people have a hard time doing it. It's a divine state of being. So what I don't want for anyone is to get stuck in distorted mode, whether you're feminine or masculine. And we all know we have both energies within us, right? We have to get away from the distorted part of ourselves, because that's not who we are. We were born divine already, but society is what pulled that away from us. We have to get back into understanding who we are as divine beings. That's who we were all to begin with. Okay. And I know for me, and I will say, once you get to union with self and you're doing your mission and you're fully integrating divine feminine energies, you are going to be tested. And what the premonition that I had is when the twins come into union, it's a final massive test. It's worse than taking the bar. It's worse than taking MCATs. It's worse than taking the SATs. It's worse than doing your dissertation and all that stuff. The huge test comes from the conversation you have with your counterpart when everything gets laid out on the table. And both people have to reveal the truth about everything. Everything. Why? Because secrets tied to the devil, right? You cannot have that in your energetic space, period. And that is going to be the biggest test I'm already picking up on, there could be somebody's masculine who ends up finding out, or the feminine finds out that the masculine impregnated some other person and now they have another kid. How many of you, raise your hand, would totally walk away from your masculine because all of a sudden you find out that they got somebody else pregnant? Those who would walk away, that they can't forgive, because it's like, what the heck did you just do? That's a huge test for the feminine. And maybe something that the feminine has. Maybe the feminine had the same thing. I got pregnant by somebody else's kid. And then your masculine's like, what? There's a kid running around here? Is the masculine going to be able to take that? Again, there's huge tests coming for those. And for those of you who are still kind of in your journeys, I wouldn't be surprised if, I'm not saying that your person's going to have a kid there, but I'm just saying because that's what I picked up on. But I'm talking about the truths that will come out, right? That could be very triggering for some people. You know, there are examples of what could be possibly part of what the reveals will be when that final conversation happens. But both of them are going to have to really have these heart-to-heart conversations and talk about some stuff that hasn't been said yet. That's going to be the test to see if you're really going to be your true authentic self, if you are really embodying integrity, if you really have integrity, authenticity, honesty. Because remember, all of that, those are of the light. If you still have secrets, if you're still hiding things, you're still lying about things, you're not fully divine either with that. So that's why I think, and when people talk about, oh, like union doesn't really happen, there's a bunch of stuff that needs to be passed. And even like for me now, for being in my energies, I keep being tested. It's like, is Jess going to persevere? How is Jess going to handle this comment somebody made? How is Jess going to handle this person found out, oh, I've been lying to you? How is Jess going to deal with the conversation that I had with my mom today, right? Other conversations that I had with my ex-husband the other month, that type of thing, right? You're still going to be tested. God's going to see if you've really learned, if you're really prepared for what's coming. He's not just going to say, oh, well, Jess, she's found union with herself and she's working her mission. Here's everything. Nope. It doesn't work that way. He wants to see if you're really deserving of it. If you've really learned. If you are a truly divine feminine Christ. And it could take a while. I know for where I'm at, it's been like 2 years of testing. Okay? That doesn't even include the testing beforehand. So, it's a lot. This stuff is not easy in the least bit. But I will tell you, if I wouldn't have gone through all this, I wouldn't have the strength and resilience that I have now. And I know if I didn't have this, I wouldn't be prepared for the greater thing that's coming. Because God's like, I don't want you to lose what I'm about to give you, because I know how much hard work you put in. And that's why we go through these tests. It builds character. It builds leadership skills. It builds the strength. It builds the resilience. It builds the fortitude and the willpower. Because the higher the climb, the harder the fall will be. But God doesn't want us to fall. We're traversing that mountain or whatever, right? And we're climbing that to get to the apex, to the pinnacle, the peak, all of the above. We can't let that wind blow us back. We can't let the rain make us slide down. I mean, that's how challenging it is. right? We can't lose our footing. We can't lose that foundation. And we have to continue to climb and maintain, as Tyler Perry says. Stop when you need to. You reevaluate, you readjust when you need to, but you keep going up. You don't go down. And you'll continue to get things thrown at you to see if you're ready for the top. And then sometimes it doesn't even end there. There might be, then God adds more to the mountain and you keep climbing after you got to the top or something like that. I don't know. That just came out of nowhere. But yeah, there's that. There's my teaching for the evening. So this is awesome because this is before midnight. I'm pretty sure without all my my preachy mode would have been done sooner, but I guess all that needed to be said. Yeah, I think that's all I got. That should be all I got. All right, does anybody have any questions for me that are not tarot based? Anything about what I just said? My eyes always give me trouble. It's I don't know what it is. It's the lighting. I actually don't feel tired. It's my contacts. I don't know what it is. Before I do my readings, it's like I do this stuff and then my contacts like mess me up. And I'm always doing these weird eye things. I know. It's just like, I should probably just do my readings like this, right? I don't know what it is. I tried everything. I even put eye drops in. I have no idea. I love the preachy. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is. My eyes were fine before the readings. I guess, I don't know. And I put drops in. I don't know if I'm going to start doing readings with my glasses or what, but it's annoying. I know. Sometimes I catch myself and it's just like the funniest thing. Anyway. All right. Thank you guys. Hi, Shan. How are you? Long time no see. Shan, I'm actually about to close out. Did you need a reading? I cleaned them overnight. I cleaned them last night and I put them in like late this morning. I don't know. Like I said, they were fine before I did the reading. I don't know what it is. Maybe it could be the incense or something. Hi, Shan. Well, you're lucky you caught me because I was about to end the live. So, my dear Shan, thank you, Kay. You're welcome. If you have a question, but my free reading list is closed. So, if you would like for me to read for you, one question is $11.11, and one question with a love reading is $18.88. You can do Cash App, you can do Venmo, you can do PayPal. So, Shan, you let me know. If the rest of you, if you're still here, you're more than welcome to go. But I'm going to see if Sean would like to donate for a reading or not. And I'll just wait for her since she just came in. It's still kind of early. I know when I'm tapped out, but I'm not tapped out yet. So, so Sean, you let me know. Okay, no problem. All right then. So, but thank you, Sean, for dropping in. So maybe you might want to go to the beginning and watch the announcements or even watch the rest of the live, the playback. All right. Thank you, Sean. I hope you have a great night too. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who are still here, I truly appreciate your time and your questions and for hearing me preach and all that stuff. So I truly appreciate your support. What else was there? Yeah. So like I said, just be on the lookout. If all of a sudden you don't see me here, you know why that is. So we'll see if I'm going to be doing all of my lives and all my other stuff on my website, okay? But I love each and every one of you. I wish you a wonderful rest of the weekend. I wish you a fantastic week. Do great things as you always do. Stay in your power, your divine feminine and your divine masculine energies. Tap into those. You know where to find me. If you have like a quick question for anything. And hopefully I will see you all in the next one. All right. You take care. You get some rest too. And just keep praying. It's kind of like the best advice I could give at this time. Really build that connection with God. I know Jess was telling me, she asked me to do a class on that. So I'll meditate on it and do a class with if anyone's interested in connecting more with God type of thing. Alrighty. All right, guys. Sleep well, sleep dreams, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is over there. And God willing, I will see you on Saturday, which is the 26th. All right. Okay, guys, I love you. Bye.